Skavetta music.
Thank you, my man.
What's going on, folks? How are we doing today? I appreciate you guys tuning back in. It is me. It is I am him. It is Space Cadet, and this is Spaced Out Podcast. And today we have ElastikDubs in the fucking building. What's going on? How you doing today?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you?
I'm amazing. Did you go to that 360 show?
No. You're talking about
The Rusco?
Rusco. Yeah, no, I wasn't able to make that.
Me neither.
Yeah, I wish I could, man. Rusco he's a legend.
That shit looks so
and
fucking
I've
dope.
seen him in the past, and he was really good. But ever since he made the switch to being a more like prominent drum and bass, DJ, I haven't really gotten to see him, and I really do want to. So
Yeah.
I'll have to fit that into a schedule or something.
Hell yeah.
For sure.
Did you get to any shows this weekend?
No, this weekend I kind of kept it mellow. I've been spending a fair amount of money on just like random, junk, just like stuff that I need for the house and stuff like that. So I decided that, New Year's Eve weekend and stuff, I would kind of just chill, relax, I don't need to be going out every weekend or anything like that.
Yeah, I've cut back a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
It's been, because it's a lot too. It's a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're spending on tickets, and like, I think people it's like, sometimes you're like, how the fuck do some of these people afford this shit?
I know. It sort of depends. Like, with local shows and stuff, you're buying tickets. It's not like absurdly expensive, but when you're trying to go to festivals, like I was contemplating going to Forest this year. I was thinking about it. But I looked at the ticket price and I was like, okay, it's not even feasible. You know what I mean? It's like upwards of $600 and including fees and all that stuff for just a ticket. And then you got to worry about getting there. You got to worry about what you're going to eat when you're there. It gets really expensive really fast, which kind of sucks.
If you eat while you're there.
Yeah, right? People don't always think about that. Like, I got my hotel, I got my ticket, I got a way to get there, perfect. I don't have much money left over, but that's fine. And you get there and you're like, oh man, I need to eat food and drink water still. But
it gets so expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was looking at Dance Festopia is not that bad.
Yeah, isn't that in Kansas City?
Yeah.
Yeah, the lineup always, like, consistently for the last couple of years has looked really good for that. Yeah. But I just can't bring myself to even look at how expensive travel options are from here to Kansas City. Like,
the first time I went, it was like, well, I didn't pay shit. I can't even. J-Fox paid for was on the lineup, got in.
Yeah, you got listed.
Yeah, so I was like, good. But like Lost Land tickets, oh my god, the price is like, bro. The festivals is like, it's gonna be like $900 at the end of it just for your ticket to sleep there and fucking.
Yeah, I mean,
hate fucking.
Really,
sleeping. Around
like 2019 was probably like the biggest year for me in terms of like going to multiple festivals and stuff. And, after the whole thing is said and done, after the whole festival is said and done, you're kind of sitting there just like down $1,000. Like, I thought the ticket was only $400. Like, what happened? Why am I down $1,000? But it's all the stuff, travel, food, emergency Uber Eats at like 3 a.m. Like, it just happens. And you got to prepare for it. But
I wonder how many people it hits like that. Like, it's like, at the end of that, when they get home and it just like hits like, damn, I'm down $1,000 fucking dollars now.
Yeah.
Or more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, depending on your experience. Some people get VIP tickets and stuff. Yeah. That instantly adds another like $300, like
just to get some fucking
I mean, for a lot of people,
nicer bathroom.
For a lot of people, the experience that you get when you're there just sort of outweighs the monetary thing. I enjoyed being at festivals and stuff. I did the whole thing. Went to a bunch of different festivals. It was great. But in my opinion, it's just not financially worth it, at least for me. I really like the music. A lot of people go there to do, you know, they do music, they do recreation, they go to all the little vendor shops and check out all that stuff. That wasn't really like my deal when I would go to those things. So I was really jared, like just for the music, you know, just to see the DJs and the artists and stuff. I had a lot of fun, but you know, if it was just the ticket price, I could deal with that, you know, but if I got to travel to a whole different place, live there for a week.
There's not a lot around here.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
What is it? The closest one's like what, 3 hours?
I think Big Dub might be the closest one. I think that's like an hour and a half from here. Maybe it is closer to 3. I don't know. I went again back in like 2019, so it's been a long time since I went there. But I don't think that one's too far from Western New York. But that probably somewhere around there, like 2-3 hours, you know, maybe. I'm not exactly sure what the travel time is, but yeah, you know, I guess that's feasible, but you know, you're not going to make a 3-hour commute there and then back every day for the entire festival. You know, you have to set up camp there, you know, whether you're going to camp or get a hotel or whatever. But
I like the hotel.
I'm big hotel supporter. I've never really been a big camping guy. You know, I like to shower every day. Like I like to, you know, there have definitely been like times in my life where I've done the camping thing and then you don't shower for 3 days. And like, you know, it's not like the end of the world, but it's just a comfort thing for me. You know, I just prefer to like have those amenities. The quiet is definitely a really nice benefit of staying in a hotel.
Oh, fuck. Like, you guys want to camp? Fuck that. I'm gonna. Like, I'm not going. No, sorry. Oh, camping. Like, I drove 30 minutes for Dance Festopia every day. Yeah,
that's not bad.
But it was okay because I got to not hear everyone partying. Mm-hmm. And I was like, yes.
Well, I mean, what would you rather have? A 30-minute drive from your nice hotel room where you control the volume, temperature, like all of that, or a 30-minute walk from a campsite where you have no control over that and also you're on the ground? You know what I mean? Like, I agree with you. I think the hotel is a better choice.
Or paying $10,000 for a fucking campsite.
Oh, the RV camping?
Yeah, no, but they have a huge ass fucking cabin.
Oh, really?
Like a lake house cabin.
Is this a Dance Festopia you're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I looked at different, like Electric Forest has some dope shit, but they're expensive as fuck.
I know. Even just the ticket prices. Yeah.
EDC is crazy. The hike of the prices of the hotels during
because you're going to be staying in Orlando. Yeah. You know, and just even in the summer in general, that's when those places get a lot of like tourism business and stuff. Yeah. So prices are already up and then the festival comes around, they push them up even more. You know, you're paying $400 for 2 nights in a hotel, paying $600 for a ticket. You're already at $1,000. You haven't eaten a thing. You haven't even gotten there yet. Like,
I haven't even left. And plane tickets.
I know.
During that time frame are like $400 or $500 a piece.
Yep.
So it's like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Favorite festival?
Oh man, that's a good question. Favorite festival, like my favorite that I have ever been to, or like the one that I think is the best?
Either one.
My favorite that I've ever been to was Forbidden Kingdom, just because I just got to see a lot of artists that I had never really seen before for the first time. Like I got to see Stone Level there for the first time. And that pretty much just made the whole trip for me. I got to see Hole, Versa, all these people for the very first time. And that's probably why it was my favorite. You know, it was just really fun. I probably think the best festival, I don't know. They all have positives and flaws.
Yeah.
You know, I guess the longer they've been around, the more they've been able to sort of balance that out. I also haven't been to every single one.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know what the best one is.
It'd be fun to go on like every single one.
I think it would be cool to do like a documentary about that. Just not even like you know, what is the culture like? More of just like which one has it down the best? You know,
yeah.
Like which one is the most balanced in terms of like price, location? You know, it'd probably be one of the.
I feel
EDCs.
like that's the biggest thing is the location and the price.
Yeah, it definitely impacts the experience for me at least.
Yeah, the price fucking. But everyone, when I went that year, was like, I went on that forum on Facebook and they were like, oh, it's so cheap. Dance Festopia has been the cheapest one out of every one of this year. And I'm like, holy fuck. I didn't know.
Still, like, you know, well, there's some math you got to consider when pricing stuff out like that. You know what I mean? Like if you were to go to a show, you know, a local show, and you were to see, you know, one big name DJ that you really like, and then like 2 or 3 smaller ones that maybe you've heard of, maybe you haven't.
Yeah.
What's an acceptable ticket price for something like that? Like 30 or 40 bucks, right? So if you're thinking 40 bucks per 1 big and 2 small, you got to consider the lineup for the whole festival. How many days is it? You know, what are the headliner artists? So it's differently worth it for different people. But if there's like 20 people on the lineup, it's a 3-day festival, tickets are like 400 bucks. I can't do the math in my head right now, but it sort of works out to be somewhere around that $40 per, you know, 1 big, couple small, sort of works out to be somewhere around there.
Yeah.
You know, and it does become worth it after a certain point, but I think for the most part, at this point in time, it's just way too expensive. You know, it's just too much.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, that's why I haven't gone. And I got 4 kids. So it's like, oh, fuck that.
That's definitely something that requires money. Yeah.
And then I know 2 of my kids want to go. So it's like, oh, who the fuck? Like,
now I have to like pay for all these extra tickets, tailor a child-friendly experience at these things, you know, like you can definitely do it, but you gotta
you can't. I've seen people doing it.
Yeah, I mean, you can. I don't know if
holy fuck.
I don't know if I'm in support of people bringing like kids under the age of like 16 to 18, I guess somewhere around there. I guess really 18 it probably should be, but you know.
Yeah, there was a dance festopia. I was like, holy fuck, there's a shit ton of fucking kids here.
Yeah.
I was like,
it's almost a little jarring. I think it's just because we're getting older too. You know, we're seeing people who are like 18, 19, 20, and we're thinking like, oh wow, they're like 10 years old. You know, I do that all the time.
No, this was like, there was like,
oh, you're seeing actual
kids, yeah.
10-year, okay.
But like it was like more towards the middle of the day and shit like that.
I guess, you know, the only festival I can really see where like that would make some more sense to me would be Lost Lands, because there's all the dinosaurs. You know, you take kids, see the dinosaurs, you know, take them get food or something like that. I get, but like, I don't know. I feel like bringing a child to a music festival for an extended period of time, I just don't know if it's a great environment. You know, it's people got to do whatever they want for their own kids and stuff, but I don't know if I would bring my kid to a music festival just because of the environment. It's not necessarily the easiest environment to survive in, and just be in. But,
yeah, women half naked.
Yeah, I don't know if I want my kids seeing that. You know,
I'm like, yo, bro, just
Yeah, I feel like our parents had that same sort of situation, but it was like on a movie. You know, like you're watching a movie and your kid comes in and sees that one part of the movie, and you're like, oh, but
I don't know. Drew went to rock and roll festivals, right?
Lots.
Rock and roll festivals
as a kid.
I've been to rap, rock.
Were you did you see the Rage Against the Machine tour when they came here?
I didn't, but I can't think of it right now. It's like the Lost Owl or the Owl Temple, something that's coming up in this spring.
Okay.
Rock-wise, is like, especially if you grew up in like the early 2000s, like new metal rock. Era, like almost like the Woodstock '99 bands that destroyed shit. It's probably like the greatest lineup I've ever seen put together.
Really?
Like, shocking if I read you the names of it. And it was like, it had me thinking of the same conversation you guys are talking about. Is like with the EDM festivals, I find myself being like, I couldn't pay like, I don't know whether like, if you do like a 3-day pass, it's like $800 a lot of times.
It's like,
depends on the festival.
Yeah.
So to me, that's not.
But that's some of just a ticket. And then you have to pay for a ticket, camping,
travel to and from,
to bring your car in, like to park your car.
Yeah, it all costs
buy
money.
a 3-day car pass so that you can, if you leave, they know that your car is supposed to be there.
Yeah,
like
it's a lot.
It becomes
like
a lot
thing.
Because then it's like, oh, if I forgot something, yeah, they have it, but did I fucking reserve it?
Mm-hmm.
Or now I have to drive to Walmart where everyone's trying to get the same shit that they forgot. And they run out of it at that Walmart. The next Walmart's fucking 25, 30 minutes away.
Mm-hmm. That's more gas getting there.
Yeah. Like, or if it's in a big city, it's expensive as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if it's like Tampa. Yo, they hike. It seems like every time something's going on, they hike prices.
Yeah.
And the prices are already hiked right now. And it's like,
Yeah, that's definitely a thing.
because like just us trying to do a tour for this podcast is fucking like we're rather drive than fucking fly anywhere.
Yeah, I totally.
Because it's like we're gonna fly and catch layovers and then layovers on top of the layovers because something happened.
Mhm.
We see everyone sitting at the airport pissed off because of the flights. So it's like, I'll just drive.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, you're good. But yeah, I'd rather drive, and it's more of an experience.
Yeah, I think that kind of makes it. You turn it into like something more than just a music festival. It's like a whole like road trip vacation, and then the music festival is just one of the things you do along the way.
Yeah,
I think that's definitely a better way of looking at it. Because then you could be like, oh man, I spent $1,500, but like not all of it was on the music festival. Like, it would make me feel a little bit better.
It does. It makes me feel better when I do it that way.
For sure.
It's like, oh, we had that long fucking 4-hour conversation on that 12-hour drive.
Yeah.
That was more meaningful than most of the trip.
Yeah.
But
that's how inside jokes are made. That's how all this.
Exactly. Memories are made.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking way better. But I mean, memories are made at those festivals too.
That's true. That is very true.
For some of those people,
Mm-hmm.
they come back and they're like, they have stories forever.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it is dope. It is. I mean, I get it. I fucking get it. It makes me want to fucking go right now.
I know. No, it does sound like a lot of fun, honestly.
It makes me fucking miss this whole fucking weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get FOMO, but then it goes away.
I definitely
I got
get
kids,
FOMO.
so it's like, I'm like I was gonna go to Scafetta's, and I'm like, oh, it's kid weekend, can't go.
Yeah.
So sorry, bro.
Yeah. I know how it is, man. It's you can't do everything. Oh no.
Yeah, you can't. You cannot. We're not fucking all fucking Kim Kardashian rich.
Oh my god. Things I would do if I had fuck you money. I would love to.
What would you do?
I'd probably just try and turn it into more money, like for my kids and their kids' kids and stuff. You buy like a apartment complex or something, just like a rentable space, and just rent it out to people to make money off the property. And you just keep doing that with more and more properties, and eventually you just have all of these self-sustaining things that are just giving you money for not doing anything.
Yeah.
I guess that's kind of like what I would do if I just had like a crazy amount of money to ensure that I always had a crazy amount of money. And then in terms of like luxury stuff, I'd probably redo my home studio, probably, get some higher quality equipment, get some new equipment, and, have a blast with it. But yeah.
Definitely put some money somewhere into like Buffalo more.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I would
definitely.
find somewhere like big ass plot of land and be like, this is Festival City, and it's only 30 minutes outside of Buffalo.
There you go. Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Don't put that in there. Don't let somebody steal that shit from you.
Right.
Because that's the thing, right? Like,
if they have mad money to do it, they should do it.
I mean, yeah, they should honestly do it. I mean, we have Buffalo Run. It does that, but they only do Jam in the Valley there. The country fucking one.
Fucking Buffalo Run. I'm just curious.
It's like, if you look it up, you can literally look it up. They have like a camping area, and they do.
Oh, it's like an outdoor concert venue.
Yeah,
that's cool.
But it's in like a valley, and it's like maybe like 45 minutes away from here.
Right? You said that's where Jam in the Valley is?
I think so. If you look up Jam in the Valley, it'll show you like where it's at.
Well, I know Jam in the Valley. The country concert they do here is in very.
Yeah. Do you guys know about the Jam Band Festival in Eastern Borderlands?
Oh yeah.
I was actually gifted a ticket to that festival this year because one of my neighbors, he got tickets, but then he like double booked himself for a vacation to Colorado. He really wanted to go to Colorado, so he was like, "Listen, I was gonna try and sell it, but I don't. It's like the day before, whatever. If you want this, you can have it." I was like, "All right, sure." So I got him a T-shirt there, obviously, and stuff. But that was my first experience at a music festival that was not an EDM festival.
Mm-hmm.
And
here we go. This is our end on how it was.
A lot of
we
stuff.
were wondering. I want to go.
A lot of stuff was really similar. In terms of like setup, how they had like vendors and stuff set up. It's on like an old farm property that's now a state park. So there's some like cool older. What?
So that's the president's house.
President of what?
The United States. So Porterland takes place at Knox Farm.
Yeah.
Which was where the president lived.
Joe Biden lived there?
No, not the president.
You didn't specify. Yeah, you didn't specify.
Oh, we're in Buffalo, so I thought you knew. What is the president that was shot and killed here that lived here? There's two presidents.
Two presidents from the city of Buffalo, one of which we shot and killed.
Yeah, one of them was assassinated. You don't know any of this?
No, I'm not from here. I'm not from Buffalo.
Yeah, me neither. That property is the president's house, and they turned it into
Yo, bro, I feel crazy. So dumb that I don't know.
Yeah, right? I feel like I should have known that.
Come on. You should know who it is then. You're the smart one.
I don't think I've ever had a conversation where it's come up.
I'm really going to blow your mind. I think it might have been Millard Fillmore, which is by the hospital.
Oh, that would make a lot of sense.
Oh, that would make
That would make a lot of sense.
But one of them lived here, was from here, and one of them was assassinated here on Cleveland.
Oh, that makes sense too.
He's from here, right?
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
That's why I have Grover Cleveland High School.
Yeah. I guess that makes sense.
What about McKinley? Was McKinley from here too?
Yeah.
Oh. Wow.
Is he the one that was killed? I think McKinley's the one that was killed. There's famous pictures. I know we're like interrupting the pod, but if you go down to City Hall, there's pictures.
Yo, they're gonna fucking roast me for this, and I'm sorry. I'm fucking stoned. Don't know.
But that property you're talking about, the president lived, it's a beautiful property.
Yeah, it is really cool. There's some like really cool like old school aspects just because it's like such an old property,
Mm-hmm.
And when it's not the festival, when the festival's not going on, it's just a really nice state park. It's a lot of different trails and stuff you can take. It's all farmland. They've like taken a bunch of the fields that were used to grow crops and they sort of given them back to nature, and they have like flowers and stuff growing there now. It's really cool. It's really nice. But in terms of the festival itself, I had fun. I'm not really a big jam band music kind of guy. So the music was cool. I liked it, but I wasn't like super into it the way I would be super into it if I was going to see, like Versa or Hole or like, any of these other new, people in the EDM scene. But, overall, I would say that everything was laid out really nice. I was never like looking around like I can't see a water station anywhere. It wasn't, it was laid out.
I heard they're fucking tripping balls too out there.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't really talk to anybody, so I didn't really notice anything. I didn't really talk. I talked to like one or two people that were like, at the vendor carts, like they were working there, but I didn't like really. I didn't really have any friends there.
Tripping balls. That's why no one was talking.
I guess maybe I don't know.
Bro, I literally freaking got this one guy was like, "Hey Toph, I know you make freaking lemonade. Can you make me some?" So he gave me some of his fruits. I made him some lemonade, and then he fucking went there and he fucking says that everyone there is fucking either on some Sid or some fucking shrooms.
Wow. Like I didn't really talk to anybody. There were a lot of older people there. Yeah.
Excuse me, old folks. If you're older and you went there, but yo, they said that there was like old folks there, like, and they're just like jamming and they're microdosing through the day, and I was like,
I definitely can't
I would
that.
fucking fuck with that. So I want to go next year, but that's another thing is that the 3-day pass for that is $200 and something. I
know,
and we're right here.
Yeah, realistically, that's going to be your cheapest option.
Have you been to the Blue Heron Festival?
The what? Who? What?
I've heard. I heard that isn't this like a jazz or like a blues festival?
Honestly, I don't know what they want to label themselves as, but I went, and it's like right here in Buffalo, like a little bit south of Buffalo. I don't know the exact town name, like Google it for us. And literally, the guy that owned, shout out to John from Nitro City Coffee and some other businesses he has, but his parents own this farm, a huge farm, and they do the Blue Heron Festival every year. And when I went, it reminded me of half like EDM, like hippie fest when I lived in Seattle, half like like folk or jam band, like kind of like Borderlands, because like they had during the day they had people, different types of artists just playing. There's like 7 stages going.
See, that's what we need.
And then it turns into like in the woods, it's like an EDM village. They have like things built and like people raving and shit all night.
That's cool.
That's what we fucking need.
Blue Heron Festival.
Blue Heron. That's pretty dope. Yo, I love when places have that.
Fucking, you know Hannah?
Who?
Hannah?
Maybe. I don't think so.
And Ange? I think they went to that.
I don't think so.
Freaking, I swear to God, I know people who went to that.
Yeah, if you're not from here, you haven't been. Someone took me, and it was. I would argue, other than what's the one at Riverworks that we like? Music is Art.
Music is Art is fucking dope.
Hell yeah!
I just wish that it was a fucking 3-day festival, but I know it's too expensive.
I don't know Robbie pays for that whole shit.
Yeah, paying for all of that for
I can't imagine.
3 days would be fucking a lot of fucking money. He'd have to charge, and it'd have to be. That's probably why it's so expensive, is because anywhere is fucking charging people.
Either that, or they'd have to get a bunch of sponsors and just have literally everything be sponsored.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This next set is brought to you by Delta Sonic Car Wash. I don't know. Like,
buy Tops. Buy blah, blah.
Buy Tops.
Hey, come sponsor us too, by the way.
There you go.
All you big businesses fucking really can. So, is EDM the only music that you enjoy?
No, I listen to other music. Most of the time when I'm listening to EDM, I'm either listening to my own music to try and like critique it and either fix it if it's not done, or like get notes so I can do better in the future on future projects. Or I'll be listening to, you know, an artist that just came out with new music. Distinct Motive just dropped a 2-track EP, so I've been listening to that a little bit. I really enjoy that. But in terms of like other types of music, you know, I listen to some rock every now and again. I really like this one guy. His name is Anomaly. He's from Canada. He's a pianist. And what he does is he'll play like, you know, a sequence. He'll play like keyboard sounds, you know, like regular piano sounds for a song, and then he'll stop, and then he'll play that back again, and he'll do another layer. Then this time maybe he'll do the bass, you know, underneath the piano, and then he'll stop, come back, do it again, and he play, you know, do some more stuff like that. It's a lot of very like, you know, jazzy, sort of like fancy restaurant type music. But I really, really enjoy listening to it, you know?
No, yeah.
You know, when I'm doing dishes or whatever at home, I'll just crank some of that on and just sort of, you know, just mellows me out and calms me down. I really enjoy it.
No, yeah. I fucking, I just can't stop listening to Masego this week.
Masego?
Yeah.
Never heard.
Yo, he like fire.
Word.
Jazz fucking music.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I like jazzy stuff.
He fucking can
I was
play.
gonna say, are you talking about
Yeah, he can play a bunch of fucking instruments. He did
awesome.
He did a song with what is it? FGK maybe?
MGK?
No.
Who's FGK?
Let me see.
Frederick Gunn Kelly?
Oh.
What do you mean? Ooh.
What do you? FKJ. There you go.
It's called Tato. I don't know if it's in there.
Tadao. Yeah.
Can we play it?
Can we?
Yeah, can we play
You're
it?
gonna silence us. I got it.
You got it?
And they did it all from like right on fucking live and shit.
Oh, that's sick. The guitar reminds me of something. I don't know. I think Black Magic Woman.
Oh.
I think the guitar kind of reminds me of that.
Santana, Black.
Yeah.
Yo, Santana's a fucking
Santana's
phenomenal
fire,
fucking. But yeah. Look at the fucking.
I've heard this song before.
You have?
Yeah.
I've been on a fucking kick with him
That's awesome.
for the last week. But I just switch it up all the time. I like all music.
Yeah.
I'm
I'll listen to
addicted.
anything. I like to listen to different things depending on how I want to feel. You know what I mean? Like when I'm listening to dubstep or rhythm or whatever, I want to feel like a giant fucking monster trying to destroy a city or something. Rather, when I'm listening to, you know, Anomaly, which is more like jazzy or classical or whatever, that's definitely more of like a very different vibe,
Yeah.
You kind of got to picture the music behind a movie scene, and then what kind of movie scene does that fit? That's really how I sort of like choose the music that I listen to on a daily basis. Like, how do I want to feel,
Yeah.
Yeah. It's always been about feeling.
Yeah. Definitely, especially when I'm on shrooms, I can feel the music a lot more.
Really, I never done shrooms.
No?
No.
Amazing.
Crazy stuff. I've heard some wild stories, but I've never done it myself.
No?
No. Never really felt the need to. I don't know. I've smoked weed. I've drank alcohol. Not really super adventurous into that sort of stuff. I've had my fun in that world, but I'm kind of over it at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard like a lot of people say that.
Yeah.
It's like it's fun.
Yeah. I mean, usually it's just a temporary thing that people experiment with in college, and then once you're done with it, you're done with it. And I don't really ever feel a need.
Yeah.
I would say what you said earlier about the weed changing from when we were smoking. I think shrooms way changed.
Really?
You just don't know.
I would have no idea.
I know that do shrooms now would not do it the way you're saying it. They would use it for like a medicine or like a Xanax or like
how that's how I use it.
That's crazy. I never heard of something like that happening before. That's crazy.
Use it in the sense of an Adderall.
Oh, okay. Like
instead of taking pills, you can just eat shrooms.
Okay.
Because if you use microdose it, you can microdose shrooms instead of tripping balls. Like, that's why it sucks that people put such a they're like, fuck, this is because they see people doing it this way, and they don't see everyone doing it this way.
That's crazy.
Like, I can take like a little tiny 0.3 every day for 5 days.
Yeah,
stop for 7 and then do it again. And it's non-addictive. It's the only weed and shrooms are the only non-addictive drugs. So
that's crazy.
And shrooms are not you can't get drug tested for shrooms either.
Really?
Yeah. They don't fucking pop up because it's a fucking plant. You're eating a fucking plant.
I feel, wouldn't they have a way to test for, what was the active chemical psilocybin? Wouldn't they have a way to test for that?
No, because it comes out of your system in less than, like, it's a plant, so it's like gone.
I see.
So
I didn't know that.
A 0.3, you take that and you're fucking, it's like taking Adderall throughout the day.
That's pretty
Instead
cool.
of fucking going and taking some man-made pill, it's like, oh, I could do this.
Yeah.
And it helps me it helps rewire the brain just like fucking an antidepressant does.
Mm-hmm.
It's doing everything that all these other pills do and all this shit does, but I don't have to take 7 different pills.
Right.
So it's like, so for some people it's different, but like the way that you're thinking about it, fuck yeah, like that shit, like I did it the other day. I drank 2 fucking bottles of lemonade and tried to go to see Bijou at fucking Luna Lounge.
Okay.
Bro, I looked around, seen Brian Dauntless.
Yeah,
hey, what's up, dude? He's like, what's up? And I went back into the thing. I was watching Shelby. She was jamming. I looked around. I wiped my face. As soon as I wiped my face, looked around again. Everyone looked like they were from Halloween Town.
Oh my God.
Like, I'm out, bro.
Wow. That's crazy, man.
I'm like, I'm fucking gone. And I left. Didn't even go see B. I was like so fucking pissed I didn't get to see him.
That's
wild.
Like,
oh, I gotta wait another fucking however long it takes for him to come back.
I know.
I don't feel like it's gonna be a long time because he loves Buffalo.
Yeah, some artists come around more frequently than others. Most of them are around once a year. See people around once a year.
For sure.
But I noticed that you said man-made before. Yeah. You want to hear a crazy line of thinking? It might blow your mind a little bit. Oh. So you would consider there to be a difference between things that are classified as natural, things that are classified as man-made, right? And most people do. So the bridge that I see between those two things is honey. Would you consider honey to be natural or man-made? natural or unnatural, so to speak?
It'd be natural, right?
It'd be natural.
Yeah.
Right? It'd be natural because, well, the way I would define natural is anything that nature produces.
Yeah.
So something like flowers are natural things. Plants, dirt, all that stuff is produced by nature. Therefore, it's natural. However, honey is natural because bees make it, and bees are part of nature. See what I'm saying here, right? So therefore, everything that is classified as man-made can also be classified as natural because humans are a product of nature. Therefore, everything humans do and create in nature is also a part of nature. So I totally understand the distinction saying like, oh, like this sign is man-made because humans made it. I totally understand that distinction. But you could totally argue that it's a part of nature because humans are a part of nature. And therefore, everything we make is also a part of nature.
This is fucking
It's kind of a cool way to think about it, right? It's a little different.
No, yeah.
So everything is natural, This table, this little guy. I love this guy, little container here. Yeah, he's totally natural. Just made from natural resources, ceramic, glass, stuff like that. And all we do is just color it with natural things, put it together. It's totally natural. But I know some people like to argue back and forth about it and stuff.
No, I mean
it's just a different way of thinking. Yeah. I don't fully subscribe to that, but it's just a different way of thinking. Yeah. It's cool to think
I feel
about.
like having different ways of thinking is fucking a good thing.
It's cool. Yeah. Sometimes, sometimes I'll be talking with my girlfriend and she'll just like say some, crazy stuff like, oh yeah, like what if I said this, whatever, what if I said this to this random person in the grocery store? And I'm like, oh yeah, that's funny. You just talk about, random stuff like that. But then you actually start to think about like, oh, what would happen? Like, how would this person react? Like, what would you think if you were in that person's spot and some random person you didn't know came up to you and was like, oh, whatever. This is just one example, but no, I like to think about that stuff a lot,
No, I think that's crazy that you think about that because I have too has been like, yo, what if I just walked up to this person and just like said this or did this?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's just like, but that's like what people are doing online. Like there's people who are doing pranks. Some of them are doing it in a real way, like, but some of them are like fabricating it.
Okay. Like staged things.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
but like
fine.
To figure out if people are really like would like do that, like those real ones are dope. Like,
yeah.
It's like
it's funny, like I think there was one that I saw.
To see people
of this guy who was like, oh yeah, like you can just say whatever you want, like you don't have to like whatever. So he walks into like this store and he's like, oh, good morning, whatever. Like, did you hear about Danny DeVito's OnlyFans or something? He said something crazy, like just something that isn't real. He was like, all right, have a good Monday morning, whatever. He walks out. He's like, Danny DeVito doesn't have an OnlyFans, and it's like Thursday afternoon. Like, he's just saying all this random stuff just to mess with people. And sometimes I just like to take the perspective of the other person and be like, how confused they must be. What do they think?
If it was a Thursday and they said Good Friday morning, and I was just waking up and I went to the store just to grab eggs, I would have been like, fuck, it's fucking Friday already?
Yeah, right? Like
I gotta know why people think we're in a simulation though and stuff like that. Like if you go, there's that makes you in a simulation because you can like go into a grocery store or wherever and just say whatever.
Yeah, I mean there's a whole bunch of arguments for this simulation theory and there's a whole bunch of arguments against it. And
I'm walking in the tops today and saying fucking
Happy Tuesday.
The Bills aren't playing tonight.
Yeah, you could just walk into a place and be like, guys, you hear they canceled the Bills game? This is bullcrap, whatever. You just like make a whole scene about it.
Yo, everyone.
So many people are going to be like, no way, there's no way they canceled it, right? Like everyone.
Yo, what the fuck is wrong with that guy?
Yeah, right.
And then I'm going to be the talk of the fucking day.
You might even
for
have
fucking 20 people.
You might even.
All of our shit now, though. Like everything on TV is like that.
Yeah.
It'll be like the lady on the plane. She's like, this dude's not real.
Oh, yeah.
Half the internet's like, she's seeing aliens. The aliens in Miami thing. It's like we have fights at the Galleria Mall every week.
Over what?
At the mall. Well, just kids fighting or whatever.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought it was like an organized thing.
In Miami, and everybody on the internet's like, the United States government was fighting aliens at the mall in Miami.
No way.
Like, what?
Do you remember that Area 51 thing where that one guy posted like oh, on this date, we should all show up and storm Area 51. Yes. They can't stop all of us. You remember that?
Yes.
That was crazy.
Yo, people really fucking went too.
I know. They turned it into sort of like a festival thing. Yeah. Because they were, the military told them that they can't go past a certain point, and if they do, that basically they were going to feel the wrath and punishment of the United States military. So not many people really sort of went beyond that. It just sort of turned into like this big gathering.
The wrath and punishment of the United. I would have been like,
I don't think that's a word for word what they said. But
I will fucking pass this point, and if you shoot me, it is fucking anarchy.
They would, dude,
blow me the fuck away.
You would be vaporized probably. You with a space
fucking
laser
pull out their vaporization guns.
Yeah.
Like vaporize that whole fucking.
I would say if you're looking for something, you're smoking, or it's late night or whatever, go on YouTube and type in "Explore with Us." Go to their channel. Yeah, it's like a whole. They like break down like crimes, different
oh, that's videos. Cool.
And they have like a famous YouTuber and his mom recently, or his grandma. That's the whole shtick of the channel. I think is that the grandma's like crazy and does shit. They go to Area 51 and like film their experience of like the police catching them and like
wow.
And believe it or not, I thought as a veteran, right, both veterans, at first I was like, oh, they're being like really, they must deal with this all the time because they're being like really great with them. Like they were like, do you want us to drive you to the area you're allowed to be to take pictures before we leave everything? So they're used to this with people. But what blew me away as a veteran was like, dude, they have security I've never seen. Like, I was on a base that had crazy shit in Fort Lewis, and they didn't have security anything like what I seen in this video.
Maybe that's just like what's publicly like available to see. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Everything else is fucking below ground and shit.
Not even that. It's just maybe like, you know, they don't like, you know, when they're filming those sort of shows, like they don't allow you to show footage of like certain security measures and stuff. Maybe, who knows?
Like literally our whole world 10 years ago, what game came out? Was fucking GTA 5. And everything in this world has turned into everything in GTA 5. And I've been playing it all week.
They just announced the 6th one, right?
Yes.
Finally,
and
right?
Bro, literally it's like there's live chat on there.
Is there? I haven't taken a look at everything they're offering.
No. On GTA 5. Like,
oh, really?
Online, there's fucking live chat. There's fucking, maybe that gets updated all the time, but it's just fucking weird. Like the things people say when you walk past them, they'll just be like, oh, fuck you, you fucking asshole.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you fucking pussy. And you'll be like, what the fuck? And I'm
the NPC ambiance is a little potent. Yeah.
Yeah. The NPCs are wild in that shit. And you're like, what if but this is how people really fucking are in real life. Yeah. They're all like this. They're all like, this is what you hear. Like girls, I think the girl was walking on the phone and she was like, yeah, it's me from Life Invader. Yeah, I'm trying to get pounded right now. Yeah. And I was like, hey, yo.
What the fuck?
What the fuck? You can't even fucking get this NPC. I'm trying to find her Life Invader.
Yeah. I
you guys didn't get that.
When I was growing up,
I
used to live right by New York City and I used to work in the Bronx. And, you know, just like making the drive down there every day, you know, on your lunch or whatever, you go to different places and do whatever and just sort of, you know, see what everybody's like there. And it does sort of remind me of what you've described, where like everybody's in their own world talking about shit. They don't care if anybody else hears, you know, it really does sort of remind me of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you grew up, so where did you grow up?
I grew up in a place called Rockland County, which is about 40 minutes north of Manhattan, 30 if you're fast. But I grew up there. I stayed there till I was 18 with my parents. And then I moved up here to go to college. Went to college, did the whole thing, got my degree. And then I graduated and didn't really have like a super solid plan. I guess I was kind of just trying to see like what the landscape was like here. You know, was it easier to find a job here? How, you know, is rent cheaper here? Like, what's the deal? And if I couldn't find anything, I was going to go and live with my parents and get a job there and just like save up some money and stuff. But I was able to find a place to live here. I was able to find a nice job here. So, you know, I've been here for, oh God, what, you're 2024 now? It's been like 8 years that I've been here now. That's crazy. Yeah, I moved here in 2016, so I think that's 8 years. Yeah. It doesn't feel like that. It feels like, feels like I've only been here for like a couple of years, but, I just I like it here. It's a lot cheaper to live here than down by, where I grew up.
Oh yeah, of course.
Just as you get closer to New York City, everything just gets gradually more and more expensive.
Right.
I can see it in gas prices when I'm like driving from here to there for the holidays and stuff. See the gas prices start around here right now. It's at like $3.50, $3.45, whatever. As you keep going more towards New York City, you start seeing it go up $3.50, $3.55, $3.58. Like you just keep seeing it go up.
Yeah.
And same thing happens with rent. Rent prices are crazy and they're worse down there. So I decided to stay here, make a little life for myself, and I'm enjoying it so far.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Now you're a fucking Buffalo.
I know. There's a lot of stuff that I never really knew was a thing until I came to Buffalo. And I would also like to add to that, there's a lot of things that people do in Buffalo that nobody else does in the world.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like what?
Have you ever had a Stinger sandwich?
Yeah.
Stinger sandwich?
Yeah.
And what is a Stinger sandwich?
Talk about it. Go ahead.
Steak and chicken.
Steak and like chicken tender chicken.
Yeah.
So chicken tenders and steak on the same like sub roll sandwich. That doesn't exist anywhere else in the world.
No, yeah.
I mean, I've never had it. I can't
that.
bring myself to do it. But when I first came here, I met some people that were from here and we became friends and they were like, "Oh, dude, have you ever had a Stinger?" I was like, "You mean like from like a bee like stuck in my hand?" And he was like, "No, like the sandwich." I was like, "It doesn't sound like a good sandwich." But he told me what it was, and I honestly couldn't believe it. I've never heard of anything like that.
You know the chicken finger sub thing is also about.
Yeah, chicken finger subs.
If you want like like a fried piece of chicken on a sandwich anywhere else, you call it a chicken cutlet sandwich. And then it's not like an actual chicken finger. It's like an actual like pounded chicken cutlet. But yeah, that's another one of the things. Pizza logs aren't really a thing.
Yeah,
anywhere
pizza
else.
Logs got fucking.
Yeah.
The factories here.
Yeah.
I mean that makes a lot of sense, but it's just not really a thing.
Loganberry.
Loganberry, yeah, never heard of that until I got here.
Yep, people take it outside of Buffalo. Like I just seen, there's this place in North Carolina that is like makes food. It's called Buffalo Eats in North Carolina.
Oh,
and they have Buffalo type food there, and you can frickin' get Loganberry there.
That's pretty sweet. That's cool.
And then what else is? I was just about to. Beef on weck?
Yeah, beef on weck's not really a thing. I guess it's really just like a roast beef sandwich.
Yeah,
I think the Kimmelweck roll is really what sort of
makes
it its own unique thing here. But
and the dryness of it.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's just something I'd never heard of until I came here.
And blue cheese on wings, like everywhere else is ranch.
People, blue cheese is like acceptable. That's not like a weird thing. I know here it's like weird if you get ranch with your wings.
Yeah, it's fucking disgusting.
Down the city, it's sort of like a pretty even split. Nobody cares either way.
Rob Gronkowski, who I'm not a fan of.
Okay.
The other day explained this in a way that I feel like finally makes sense.
Okay.
About the blue cheese ranch thing. And it was that Buffalo doesn't accept ranch on their wings because here in Buffalo the blue cheese is different than other places.
That is true. Yeah.
Yep.
So it would be different if this ranch or if this blue cheese existed everywhere, because it's like our thing here and it tastes so much better.
Yeah.
You don't get the ranch.
I did notice that.
Every other blue cheese I've tasted tastes like fucking ranch.
Yeah.
Or like dressing. It doesn't taste like thick.
I know.
It doesn't have that same consistency.
It's not Rudy's.
Yeah, I wasn't really a fan of blue cheese until I came to Buffalo. I tried the Buffalo style blue cheese, and it was a lot better. Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
The Rudy's from Wegmans.
Rudy's blue cheese from Wegmans. That's the brand.
The best.
Okay.
The best.
I'm actually out of it right now. I have to pick up some more.
Bro,
I've just been getting like Tops brand or whatever.
No. You gotta get Rudy's.
Rudy's.
I even tried the I think it was the Diggs fucking blue cheese.
Oh yeah, I love how they do that.
I tried it. I'm sorry, gents. I can't eat your blue cheese. Rudy's is way better.
They got to get Stefan Diggs to like become the spokesman of Rudy's or something like that.
Yeah, move it to Rudy's. Yeah,
but that's another thing that's
push
really,
those little brands.
That's another thing that's really different here.
They got their fucking cereals and shit like that.
Yeah, like all the sports fandom. Like when I go into a grocery store by where my parents grew up, there's like a bit of a sports section where they'll have like whatever it is. They'll have like little like different colored plates and stuff, but it's all for like the local team. So where I grew up, it would be like the Jets, the Giants.
Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in a place called Rockland County, which is about like half an hour north of Manhattan, right by Westchester. Yeah. So, just like the level of fandom is very different. I think down in that area, probably the most prominent sports team that has the largest following would probably be the Yankees.
Yeah, I was going to say
I'm a big Yankee fan myself, but it's cool. Like when they have games, you see everybody wearing the stuff and, all the Bronx Bombers stuff. And it's cool, but it's nowhere even close. It's not even comparable to how things happen.
The Bills, the Sabres, the Bandits, and the Bisons. Everyone goes crazy for every team. At
my old job, the company I used to work for, careful. The company I used to work for had a box in the Sabres arena at KeyBank. And, every now and again I got to go to a game, and it kind of like, I've never really been a big hockey guy, but getting to like, see the game from like up in the suite level and stuff, it was so cool. It kind of like turned me into a Sabres fan a little bit, Yeah. I'd never really been a big hockey guy before, but
I love it. I love all.
I never played it.
All Buffalo sports. Last night I went to a Bandits game.
Oh yeah, how was that?
It's fucking phenomenal.
That's awesome.
And we won 12-8.
12-8. There you go.
Yeah.
I played
me and my two sons. It's just a dope experience.
Yeah, going to a sporting event is always really fun. It's more fun when you're sort of like really into it, Like Bills tailgates are a lot of fun. You go to a Sabres game, like not your first one, but like after that, when you've already committed to being a fan of the Sabres, it's a whole different experience.
It's just, I feel like, have you ever gone to a Bandits game?
No, never been to a Bandits game.
Bro, you have to go.
I'm super down. I've just never, I don't know the schedule or anything.
What, $25 for the tickets or something like that?
They're pretty affordable.
Pretty cheap?
They're
cool.
Super affordable.
I'm super down.
And it's just like the atmosphere of the game. It's just like something
the
different.
energy in the crowd and stuff is always so nice. Yeah. I love that.
It's like, I don't know. It's different. We used to have a soccer team too, and that shit was an indoor soccer team.
Oh, that sounds so cool.
Dope, so dope.
Wait, you guys don't have that?
No, we don't have that. No.
Do you know what it was called?
The Buffalo Destroyers? No.
The
Buffalo Blizzards.
So I know we had the Buttes. We lost that too.
We had the Blizzards.
I never even knew that.
Yeah.
What's the Blizzards? The professional soccer.
Yeah, it was an indoor soccer
That's sick.
team. It was fucking really dope.
I would go to watch a soccer game. I feel like that'd be a lot of fun.
Yo, that shit was fucking sick as fuck. Just like how we had the Buffalo Destroyers. We had the indoor football team.
Oh, we used to have what?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That sounds like so much fun.
So fucking dope.
I feel like you take any sport and put it inside, it makes it way more fun.
Yeah, because the crowd is like, it's just like.
Yeah. I think it becomes more like a party at that point.
It is.
I guess that makes sense.
That's why sometimes I'm like, kids shouldn't go to sporting events, just like festivals. But then I'm like,
it's different though. Sporting event is different because what if they really want to play the sport and you gotta go take them to see their favorite player and it's like that.
Then I'm like, what if they really want to be a DJ or?
Yeah, you gotta take them to see their favorite artist, I guess.
It's like fuck. Yeah, but sometimes it's like, oh no, man, this is too wild.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes it gets a little rowdy like that. I understand.
Like my one son wants to go to see Conway the Machine. It's like, you are not going to a rap concert, young man.
Yeah, I've heard that they get pretty.
It's not bad at all.
Pretty intense, It's like with the crowd and stuff.
I went to Drumwork Fest. It was not bad. It was freaking amazing. Mad people just sitting down, chilling. But it's like
that's awesome.
But it's like freak. I just don't want I want to smoke my weed while I'm at these concerts.
Yeah.
I can't with you there, so you're not coming.
Yeah, I feel that. You gotta be careful around the younger kids and just make sure,
You gotta protect them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Protect the youth.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta show them right a little bit,
For sure.
I'm their dad, so they're gonna see me fucking stoned.
Yeah, you're a role model to them, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Damn.
That's crazy to think about, right?
That's bad.
Crazy to think about, right?
It's fucking bad.
Yeah.
You've seen me. I've been fucking balls to the wall, fucking tripping at a fucking show.
Hey man, as long as they think you're on a business trip, that's all that matters.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Dude, Luna Lounge though. Have you been there?
I've been there, yeah.
It's fucking amazing. I love that we fucking now have that space here in Buffalo to do that, and how they are like giving like a space to more than just EDM. Like
it is really nice to just have another venue.
Yeah, another venue finally. Like in 3 rooms, you can have 3 concerts going on at once.
Yeah, it is nice. It is nice the way that they have it set up and stuff. It is.
What do you think that Buffalo would need for more of a better nightlife?
I think Buffalo kind of has a lot of different options right now for nightlife. You know, like you've got like the clubs on Chippewa if you're looking for just like a general club experience. You know, if there's a show going on at a place like either, you know, Luna Lounge, Riverworks, Town Ballroom, you know, you have that option as well. There's also, you know, there's like rock concerts and stuff. A lot of restaurants will have like, you know, live music performances. There's places where there's open mic night. So there really is, you know, you have a lot of variety. You've got a lot of options. I can't speak to the quality of most of the options just because I haven't attended all of them. But the ones that I've attended have been like pretty high quality events. You know what I mean? Like I'm not going to the fucking Ritz or anything, but you know, it's, you know, it's nice for especially for the price that you pay for admission for a lot of those places. Yeah. You know, the experience that you have is definitely worth it. So in terms of like improving the current nightlife of Buffalo, I don't know. I mean, you know, bars are open until 4 a.m. That's not a thing in most places. We have that variety that people need. So I don't really know. I don't really know in terms of like improvement of nightlife. I feel like it's pretty good. I'm not a huge nightlife kind of guy. I like to, you know, go out and have a nice time every once in a while. You know, I play shows every now and again. And that's always fun. But I'm not really the type of guy to just like go to a club like just to drink and party. You know what I mean? That's just not. It's not really my thing. So I don't know if I'm the best person to ask. Like what needs work, you know?
But also coming from not from Buffalo, it's also good to hear like that you believe that we do have some sort of a good nightlife.
Yeah, I definitely think the nightlife here is good.
People do have things to do. You're shedding a different light on what people who are from here say.
Yeah, I mean, there's also like a bunch of like free events that go on. You know, like Music is Art Festival. That's a free event. You don't have to pay admission. You know, a lot of places will charge you admission for like drinks, you know, drink tickets or whatever when you go there. But to just go and stand and like see live music and have to pay nothing for it, like that's something that a lot of places don't have. You know, I've gone out in New York City a couple of times when I was younger and living there, and you know, it's like a pay to win sort of thing where the more money you have and the more money you're willing to give, the better night you'll have. And I suppose it's true anywhere you go, but I think that Buffalo has a lot more to offer for a lower price point, if that makes sense. Yeah. And that's, I prefer it for that reason. I'd rather go out, you know, and try to have a good night in Buffalo than, you know, in like New York City or Miami or something like that, just because everything else is unfathomably expensive.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I definitely understand that.
Yeah. I think Buffalo's pretty good. I like it here. It's nice.
Oh yeah.
Good food, a lot of fun.
Is there anything that you want people to know about you before we get out of here?
Anything that I want people to know? I guess that, you know, I make music and play music because I enjoy it. I enjoy the music I make. I enjoy DJing. And, you know, even if I hit hurdles, you know, if things aren't doing so great or whatever, I'm never going to stop doing it just because I really love it. You know, right. So don't ever count me out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Where can they find you at?
Find me on Instagram, Twitter, what was formerly known as Twitter. Sorry. You know, I'm on TikTok. I'm on whatever at ElastikDubs with an S.
Oh yeah. And then we're gonna get into this fucking DJ set.
I can throw some stuff up for you.
Oh yeah.